Okay, excuse me. Okay, Grand Rising. Today is April the 9th, 2024, Tuesday. And what we're looking at today is what we always look at, which is going to be dollar index, Euro USD, indices, futures. And mainly out of those two, it's going to be, or out of indices, futures is going to be the NAS 100 and Q. So let me go ahead and pull up the screen. Dun, dun, dun. So coming off the breakdown from yesterday, we basically, just to make it very simple, we basically are consolidating. So when you look at NQ here for today, since yesterday, this was yesterday's price into, New York session, and then the end of the day, and then now we have just overnight session. So just if you look at it from this perspective here, really quick, going into New York Open, all we've essentially done to me is consolidation, right? We went left and right because the key to the markets is, a trending market, right? Price making higher highs, price making higher lows, and giving you opportunities to play in the favor of the overall market. But as of right now, when you look at smaller time frames, this is consolidating. But one thing I will say with 2 minutes out before the New York Open is when you look at like a 1 hour time frame, it does look as if it wants to continue higher, back up into monthly open, back into the 18,450s, but they have left this huge inefficiency here at 18,200. So if they could slip the highs today, you can anticipate maybe them to sell back off, or they'll just continue that run and we'll continue to make our way up to, the 18,560s, possibly. Let's just say 18,500 monthly open, 18,560s, 550s for this high that we've been looking at. And then maybe as we continue to rally back into that area that I was looking for from a few weeks ago that had the 1, 2, 3 touches into the 18,600. So we'll see what we get today, but trade safe. We got about 2 minutes before the market open. Nothing that's just peaking out right. But, if I'm going to buy the market, I'd love to do it below daily open, below March 8th, below London. And if I'm going to sell it, I'd love for them to go ahead and possibly go take these highs right here, 18,420s, and then look for our signal above that area to play back down into the 18,350s market open or daily open 18,320s. So we'll see what we get. But with that being said, trade safe, trade smart, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay, so we do just get the open, so we'll start marking some stuff up. Remember, we're not rushing to do anything today. We're just letting the market come to us and being patient here. Now, we did already take that previous day high, so I will say that that's a pretty good sign um, for sales to go back into that 18.2 and then find that buy in the PM session later today. So right now, when I'm looking at all three assets, they all on that 1 hour are really strong out the gate. So we'll see how they open here in this first minute. So you got ES and you have NQ pushing bullish, and then you have YM kind of failing, but we are at that 18,400 level. So as soon as we push through it, anywhere between there and 18,450, I could anticipate maybe some sell off if they can't go any higher. But I'm just really watching that 5 minute open, right? Just trying to see, if price is ever going to fail this area, because if it does, then I'll start using this as my stop loss high, and I'll start using this as an entry eventually. So I do want to go ahead and just know where that stop loss high could be if I end up using this area, which would be 18,405. Okay, take profit, stop loss, 18,405. Okay, 18,405, and then my take profits are going to be the 18,200 areas. I can always readjust that. But right now I'm not getting anything that's not bullish. Okay, so I'm just still watching the overall price here. But just being patient. Watching CFD price too, because CFD price could be we'll be looking for the same thing on CFD. And then essentially what I'm waiting for here on this 5 minute is going to be this first 5 minute close, just seeing if we're getting the strength. So another big open, strong push. So that this first 5 minutes is looking really strong, which is good. If we can break through the 18,400 level, great. And if we can't, then I'll start attacking that level. Now I do like this area here with that stop loss at the top. So if price can do what it's doing right there and then pull back up slightly, I think I might have missed a little bit. But if it can pull back up in this next minute back into that New York Open area, that'll be fine. I was watching this other screen. I kind of was waiting there for a second, but it's not going to leave without us. It shouldn't. It's kind of pulling there pretty quick. So let's see how this 5 minute closes here. And then, it might have played that area up above New York. So now that this has happened, what I like to see on a 1 minute is price come right back up into that area. And then that's a mitigation. If it comes. Now, if it just runs away, guys, I'm not going to just chase it, because when you try to chase a sell, then when it gets down to its final spot and that buy ends up coming in, you get wrecked. So right now it's just there's nothing I can do other than just be patient and wait. Unless you took that aggressive type trade in that 1 minute or 5 minute 1 minute position, which I'm gonna be patient and wait for the 5. So what I'm trying to see here on this 5 minute is gonna be, that right there, the closure. So now if it comes back and even fills 50% of this, I would love to see more shorts to continue to the downside and go to the 18.2 area. But if I don't get that push back up, after this, when we look at the line graph, we got the closure lower low. If I don't get that push back up, because I'm a better buyer than I am seller, I need that pullback back into the area, right? Because we have the signal. We just need to wait for that price to come back up. Okay, so that's what I like to see right there. So I want to be getting the 15-minute open. I want to be about 50% of that. So that would make more sense, but I want it to push a little bit more, right? So I can reduce that risk down just a slight bit. That might be just enough right there, filling it right here. So it's just that risk is a little bit more than I would want for the day. So if they can push up a little bit more, that'd be great. Because we'd have everything in alignment that I want to see, though, right? We have the breaker structure. Now we're having to pull back to the area. So it's just got to be patient to get that best risk reward. 18,380 would probably be a pretty good spot to enter. with that risk. If I'm really trying to get my best, I'm trying to get the open of this candle, right? 50% of your 15-minute candle, 5-minute last up candles open. I also will, I wouldn't mind getting right here for that 15-minute open, like right in here, 370s. So we'll see how the 5-minute closes though here in 2 minutes, 55 seconds. See if I can get the close of the candle. Just being patient. So I do think prices could go higher. So I don't want to, position into something that doesn't make sense, but it does look really good. And I like the push up. So I'm going to go ahead and probably grab this right here in this area here, as close as I can to that 80. So basically what I'm trying to do, like I said, is usually get that open or that New York touch. But if they go ahead and run these highs out, I would play a little bit higher, but I wouldn't want to miss out on this 5-minute signal. Because even if I'm wrong with the signal, that's fine with me. Let me do this over here. See if I can get it over here. So they're right there in the area. They're either gonna, reject this New York Open or they're gonna push higher, and we'll look for prices above 18,450. Now looking at the other two assets, on the 1 hour, they're looking very similar, ES and YM, but we're still in that consolidation. So what I'm looking at on a smaller time frame is, are we going to reject that New York Open right here and mitigate down to the downside back below market open and start going closer to 18.3? Or like I said, are we going to hold this strength here and then just push on out through and go higher? Obviously I'd want the sell side to work out. We have a minimal risk on here, so if this trade doesn't work out, I'm looking to take one more, and then that'd be it. Mm-hmm. That 5-minute doesn't look so good, just being honest. So they may or may not. I'm not sure. They may push those highs and go above 18,450 and get that monthly open, or we may respect this area. I'm not sure. But I did get my 5-minute signal, so that's what made me want to enter the trade. So 1-minute price is pushing 18.4 pretty fast and above New York Open. So they may push me out for this one. I'm not sure yet, though. So we're still at that 18.4 level. We'll see if they'll break through. I think they still have a chance to go to 18,450 pretty aggressively. So that's why if this one slips, then I'll still take one more and that'd be it. But it'd be a little bit higher above that monthly open. But the way that those 5 minutes close, they're not showing that rejection you'd want to see for this to work out. And the price is printing above 18,400 right now. So let's see. So kind of like right there. Now I am, like I said, I am watching that smaller time frame, but just how the price action is printing is showing more upside. So maybe they're just searching for some more liquidity of shorts. We'll see. But right now we're still watching this 18,400 area tightly. Looking at YM, you're starting to see YM get weak from that 39 to 50 level. So we'll see. We're just kind of in a really tight spot. Price is still kind of holding this 18.4 level, but I just don't see it holding unless we just literally push back below 18,380s fairly quickly. Then I could see it possibly working. So we're still at that 18,400 level, and kind of showing they don't really know. It seems like, but YM is weak from that 39,300. ES isn't really making its way up or anything past 52.72, but we'll see here what they end up doing. Now, what I am reading on this side, I will show this, is like that 1 minute rejecting 18,400. So, like I said, if we can push back below 18,370, I think that we could make our way down. Okay, so that looks really good. I'm gonna kind of show the 1 minute prices I'm looking at on another window here. Right? So we're back in profit, right? And we got our shorts, pretty good area. They could be above New York Open, which would be better, with location, but still overall the location of what we're anticipating is pretty good. Now, if we can make that push back below that liquidity previous day low that we were looking at, that would be crazy. Even 18,300 would be nice. So just would want to see, this 845. That was a pretty, good close from how they manipulated. So they may just go ahead and open straight up and rally after filling the 1 minute imbalance. Or maybe they'll respect 18.4. We'll see here. Okay, so they're kind of pushing pretty fast on that 15.5. Like I said, we're not really in the clear unless we can break back below market open 18,350. Now, if we can keep failing the price, I do like how small time price action is playing. Like that looks really good to me to continue to break down back down into the daily opens. But just gotta, keep our mind focused on this higher time frame and what we're getting in closures. And then looking at YM, we were, it's very bearish in that 1 hour from 39.3 and then 52.70 ES. So I still think we're gonna move a little higher though in NQ here, just because of how this is looking. but we'll continue to watch here and see. That 1 minute price is telling me shorts. And so let's see here. This one is CFD. Okay, just watching the risk over here. Like I said, if we can just fail away on this smaller time frame away from New York Open and not close any higher, because we already got that lower low right there, then that would be great. Uh, and then we need the line graph to basically go back under that, but it just doesn't look as good to me. So we'd have to see something here soon. Really, really nice 1 minute price here. With that push away from New York Open. Now, like I said, our entry needs to be a little bit better, but overall, I think the location, the idea is still going to be pretty good. And YM is failing 39,300 very quickly. And let's see, we're just going to keep watching here. So 1 minute price is tanking 5 minutes. This is exactly what we want to see, family. So it's looking like another good day potentially here on futures. I don't want to get excited yet or get over my skis. But I will say that, looking at the overall market right now, they are very bearish. And if we can go and fail in these 5 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute levels to go down to take the structure and then to fill some of that consolidation buyers, that would be really nice. So, you know, right now, I would say one thing that I could do done better, just had that position just right above or at New York Open. And then that would have reduced the risk tremendously. And then, but I like the 15-minute positioning. I'm inside 50% of the last up candle. So it's still pretty good. It's just about, seeing how it's going to play out. Now, once we rally down into the 18.3s, I'll probably start trailing my wrist to secure the bag here on this account. So we'll kind of see what we get here. But really nice trade overall, I think. And a couple things I could work on, even though if it works out in my favor, which it looks like it's going to for sure. And that's cool, So I played my signal, I seen my signal, and I played my signal. I'm very happy with that. And my CFD position is rocking, baby. Let's go. So I took the same short on CFD, just kind of show that really quick. Um, right in the same area. And I actually got a better trade on here because I'm not focused on it. And I put a limit here with my stop at the high and it kept me in there. So that's pretty cool. And so now what did I say? If we broke back below market open, that we would be good. And that's what we're getting. So if this entry was at New York Open, I'd probably go ahead and trail it off for the day. But as of right now, I want to see price get back below the daily open, or I'd like to see a print on the 5 minute now go lower. And I remember, like I said, I'm a better buyer, right? So now that we have that closure higher, if you guys kind of look at the line graph, we have a higher high, we have higher lows, and price is starting to form higher high, higher low. So if price can do that and continue, then we're in a good standing for our trade to get down into 18,300, the open of the 15-minute candle, right? Because buyers will come in potentially, which I don't think they will today. I think we're going to have a really good trade on our hands. Buyers will come in at the low of the market, right? But look how many the consolidation liquidity is sitting at the 18,220s. So I would personally rather see them go ahead and just body all these people, and not continue to go sideways here. All right, so not continue to do this right here and just do that. I want to see them, now do this to then build up to then give us that. Okay. Good so far. We're floating what, $800 in profit? Not bad if you're on the E-mini contracts. And our goal is 16, 1800. If we can get to that number, I mean, usually we can just trail everything off. So let's see. Okay. So having to be patient here. We are getting lower lows and lower highs, so that gives me a little bit more confidence that we might be able to do this. But like I said, where we're at on that 1 hour area makes me a little nervous because we still are in consolidation. So if we could push down even to 18,300, I probably would want to go ahead and trail this risk off or start evaluating it a little differently. But it's really going to come down to the 9 a.m. If that 9 a.m. volume comes in and just really pushes it, that's going to be nice. But I'm also really focused here in the next 7 minutes on these 15 and 5 minute closes because, on a 1 minute, you don't want to get prices start building up like this at the market open and doing the 1 minute signals. You want to see price continue on the 5 to open, all right, like this to open and then close. Like a candle goes down here and then close bearish. And then that continuation keeps happening. So all I'm focused on is the open and closure of this candle right here, right now. In the next 2 minutes, I want to see that candle potentially be down below 18,310 at the daily open. Because then you definitely, you're up X amount times your risk and you can start trailing or you could even pull the position for the day. Now, I will say this is what I don't like to see. All right. So the 1 minute is starting to do that transition. All right. So we just got to be patient here and see what the 15 and 5 close like. 'ES is very bearish right now, falling right now from 52.70. So that's a good sign if this can follow. But price is kind of, building up at market open. So I'd really want to see price start to fail at this 18,350 level. Otherwise, they're going to, they could easily just run up and back above 18.4. 5 minute price looks pretty good. If we can fail here in the next 16 seconds below 18,350, then when you're looking at the swing of this 15-minute move from the low of the day, right, to the pretty much the high of the day, if price can start to fail down to 18.3, that's good signs. But the way that that's about to close, we'll see. I would want to see a little bit more bearish price action off that area. And YM has made a lower low, crushed the 39,200 level, and you still have ES showing some bearishness. So ES is in that spot where it's, it could bounce off that 1 hour play because of that consolidation. So if we can get ES to go break 52.50, I would think that we would push down to the 18,300s here on NQ. So it looks like they are buying this right here on Top Step. So hopefully if that's the case, um, that it rallies up on them fairly quickly. I hate to say it like that, but we're pushing lower. That's good for us. 18,350 is looking really good. CFD positions going crazy. So if you have that CFD position, it's from like 18.2, and then the target on that is like 18,000. So our futures position, we're looking good again, back in the 720s in profit. So like I said, we extend down another 50 points times one contract, 2 times 5 would be another $1,000. So we'd be right around our goal for the day, 16, 17, $1,800. If we can reach that level. Now, if we can go ahead and hit that 250 level, which I want to go ahead and identify that level so I don't forget. 250 level. So 250 half level. So I'm just trying to get from point A to point B, right? 18,250. So that looks good there. And so now I want to get from 18,350 down to 18,250. And on this day trade position, once we technically take that lower low, I want to be taking profit. Now, if price continues to go, I'll manage my CFD position to the lows, but I'm not going to sit here and give away $16 to $2,000 on futures. That's crazy. So we're looking good here. 5 minutes looking really good. Market opens failing, so that's really good. And then you have YM. I just want to bring this over too. You do have these two other assets working in our favor. All right, so we are going bearish here. We're going bearish on the yes, and we're going bearish for sure on YM. So it's just like we would like to fail this market open 18,350 level, because if not, like I said, they're going to kind of manipulate here. But 5 minute candles, like I said, if I can get this open to close to basically body everybody right here. All right, if I can get everyone to get bodied here, that would be great. And then where my eyes are really focused, if it does body those individuals, is going to be in the inefficiency, right? You guys see the inefficiency right here, that imbalance where price expanded. So if they can come in, play under these levels, I'll probably end up getting out of the future position somewhere around there today, possibly. Because our 15-minute last down candle that took the lows, now all the liquidity, I think, is sitting at 18,250. So let's see what we get today. Really good price so far. CFD looking really good. So I like the price. Just do want to kind of glimpse over at the 1 minute so you can kind of see. For the recording side, right, we are starting to fail that market open 18,350 level. So if we can just extend down to this expansion here and back into the 20 levels, I think we're going to have a good trade on our hands. Now, that little pump right there is not what I want to see at this time of day. I will say that. So it's going to have to really be patient with this. Now, between now and 9:15, I would love to see that price do what we're wanting to see. Because if it comes back up between now and 9:15, I don't think that will last in the shorts. I think they'll end up presenting shorts at a later time. But as of right now, when I look at it like subjectively upside down as a buy, I like that. I could see that expansion at 18,370 get filled, and then price continue. So hopefully it can just not do that. But we'll see. Yeah, 5 minute price isn't doing as good. With 3 minutes left, I need to see it continue to print below 18,350. So right now we're kind of in that tough spot, right? Because price has made the lower lows, it has shown that sign, but the 5 minute isn't falling. And so that makes me just a little nervous, unfortunately. Okay, that the way the price is playing here, I don't like it, right? Because when you look at small time price action, we're starting to build up, right? We pushed in, we came back below market open, we started to show really a lot of bullish signs. So they'll attack this position because it's below New York open. I'll accept the risk though, just because of the fact of how price looks here on the 15. Now, this could essentially be what I'm thinking is like a mitigation type of play, right? But if they hold this 18,350 level, they're gonna push it higher fairly quickly. So hopefully we get this area to work and we can just be patient. So the 1 hour price and the 15-minute price is kind of making me a little nervous still, especially the 1 hour price. So unless we start seeing some breakdown in between here and 9:15, we will have to see what happens. Mhm. And I will say this today, just based off the how it looks, if we can push below 18.3, I'll probably start managing the position because we got in around 18.380s and price pushing down 80 points would be nice. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So we're looking okay right now. We have this 15-minute can close bearish. That 5 minutes looking good, failing at 18,350. So if it can just push down through, that'd be great. Because if not, this is the mitigation to maybe go higher. Personally, I do like how the 1 minute price look to fail, right, and go lower in our favor. All right, so that looks pretty good to me from the mitigation standpoint of everything. After we got our signal to get into the trade, right? So remember, I like 5 minute signals, and I like to play points of interest. Where I could have played better today so far, win or lost, is I played the 5 minute signal, but I could have waited a little bit more points to position at that New York Open. But I still like the area, and I didn't want to hesitate. So if you took the CFD positions, my targets are 18.0 here. Below 18,100, like right under those lows, and then 18K would be a good area. And remember, I like to look at everything subjectively because I'm a better buyer. I just know it because I can see it better. To me, that just looks like 18,250 will get hit today, but we'll see based off candle closures. We would love to see on this line graph on the technical side of trading, right, that we push this lower low, almost like we start like it just did, right, and we get that lower low push. like that, and maybe stuff like this now to attack areas like this, and then areas of giant expansion like this. That would be nice. Okay, so we did get that lower low close, or not close, but we got that the push through. Right, we only have so much time left in the day. Right, so I really like how the price is starting to look as of 18,350. So if we can push from here to 18,250, guys, I'm out of here. And honestly, in the inside of this last down candle, or 50% of the 15-minute candle, if it can push down there and I feel like it could, reaccumulate to rally, I'll get out. Because as bad as I want 18,250 and 18,200, I can settle for those levels where it's at. And there's nothing really too much different. I'll show CFD here really quick. There's nothing really too much different, right? Same position, got the lower low close, got the pushback above the whole level, and now you're managing into the same areas. So 5-minute close in 2 minutes, you would love to see that lower low candle. Otherwise, they could just be filling an imbalance and find their way. So let's be patient. We're at a pretty good profit floating right now. So we just got to be patient, I think. Okay, that's looking really good in our favor right now. We're about to break that $1,000 mark. So in profit. So let's just see where we're at for today. 54, 53, 55. Okay. Love to see us down below 1830. So let's look at this again from a buyer's perspective. Like I said, that's how I like to look at it. We're making on the line graph, right? When you're reading technicals, we're making higher highs and higher lows, right? So good price action for us right now. Now we're playing into the range. That's what makes me say, like, sometimes I'll play, from this part of the range to this part, and that's enough. That's enough in points. So let's see how this 5-minute closes in 44 seconds, right? If we get that lower low, I could definitely see us pushing down to 18.3 potentially. And then looking at the other assets, they are in that special spot where YM made that low and could rally up above 39.2, or it'll fail that area. And ES is right at 52.60 in its 1 hour pocket area. So if they fail those areas at 52.50 ES and I'd say 39.200 YM, then we might see some more downside today here. So let's see this 5-minute close, and then we have a 15-minute close here in 5 minutes after this. So if this 5-minute close is bearish, that'll be a good sign for this 15-minute close of 9:15 to be nice for us. Good bearish close, right? All right, it did close bearish, showing signs of weakness. So if this was a buy position, remember, this would be a sign of strength. So we're looking good. We're getting ready to push back below daily open, right? Where do we like to buy positions? Below daily open or point of. So where would you give back a sell position in your best buy area, right? So we can just continue to get these to fall. That'd be great. Good 5-minute price. I want to show some smaller time frames just really quick. We are getting that topple over, so that's pretty good. 5-minute prices are looking really solid here, though. And now what we want to see is that 15-minute close, nice and bearish and closer to point of interest. Because if they keep hovering around this market open, it's dangerous for us at every moment. But as they push price, the algo, right, below the points of interest, especially below daily open, the likelihood of us getting a better trade is a lot higher. Let's see where they are here. And any closures on a 5 minute back above market open are 18,350, and I wouldn't like to trade as much. And then the rips is long NQ while over. So I mean, we'll see right here. It could work out because of this imbalanced field. You guys kind of can see this here. But it's just not showing any signs of candle closures that are going to go higher, like that signal, right? So I'll continue to watch this 15-minute open and watch this 15-minute close. And I'd love to see this 15-minute close as a nice bear candle. So that's not good pricing right there, I will say. The way it's building up at market open. So we got about 2 minutes before this 15-minute close. Just really quick, taking a look at dollar here. I have a chance for a second. Dollar euro. And dollar's weak and euro's very strong. So that's the only thing that, XXX USD should be bearish. Um, or should be strong when dollar's weak. So we got to be careful with that as well. But I am reading price action here. I want to see these certain things, but this 15-minute is not showing me that bear side as much as it was. And we're right in the pocket, 52.50 for ES. So it's kind of like that determining area, and that's not good price. That's exactly what I was saying. We don't want to see is that imbalance fill 5 minute big thrust like that, and then for it to do this. So it's gonna have to be patient. So Rips just exited his buy position. So maybe that'll we'll see that, we'll see how this 15-minute closes here. So just being patient here, waiting for this 15-minute close. So that price is showing signs of upside right now. And then looking at YM after taking a lows 39,150, it looks pretty strong. And looking at ES playing that 1 hour 50% candle is not as good, right? Because we could definitely move higher. So, me personally, I'm going to accept the risk on this one, but it's not looking as great, I would say. And right now, that price is playing very bullish at the market open. So I don't like the price as much, especially with the overall markets in favor, right? So we'll see how this closes here. Now I won't really like to take too much action here. Between now and like maybe 9:30, I want to see something. But then especially the times I like to look is the last 15 minutes of the hour or the first. So maybe there'll be something that kind of I'll manage the trade or do something different at 9:30. And if not, then I'm just gonna be waiting for that last 15 minutes of the hour to see where we're at. So I'm gonna take a second to just kind of take some notes, and then like I said, I'll come back here in about 10 minutes to see where we're at, or unless I'm gonna update something here in a second. So with that 1 minute price, I don't like it as much. It's starting to kind of scoop in that area, which could attack our position. And that 5 minute price is making higher highs, higher lows off the 18,350 market open level. So just gonna have to be patient. Either you accept the risk or you can pull your profits right now and look for a better position. Um, for me personally, I'm gonna play down to the 18.3 if we can do it. If not, then I'll end up losing the trade today. But we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. Volume is coming in though off that 18,350, pretty hot. And then, like I said, when you look at the comparison of all three across that 1 hour board, which really can't lie to you too much, we do have room to push up, like I was saying on NQ, and we're at that special level of that down candle that we look for on ES. All right, so like this candle here, right, playing right into the open 50% of that candle. As long as price continues to hold that structure, that could, with this price here, it could easily go up to 18,450 NQ. But for me, these look like lower low closes, right, on YM. So any buys here with YM, I would think that a lot of people have their stops inside these double bottoms. And I would think price is going to push back to a previous, like this accumulation. All right. So to me, I'd rather see price push back into this area where people are inside the expansion, inside the imbalance, 39,050s, and bounce away from 39.2. And then same situation here. I'd rather see 18,350 fail and let's go down to 18.3 and I'll probably call it a day. So it looks good. It's actually playing a little bit more in our favor again. So anything below daily open today and we crush over $1,000 in profit, I'm probably out of there today. So be a pretty good day if we can do that. There we go, guys. There's the push. What time is it? 8:25. I said, or excuse me, 9:25. I said 9:30. So we pushed below there. You have two options. You can trail your risk, like this. Right. I like to trail, like looking at it as a buy. Let's see if it's gonna. So when price extends up, you can maybe trail your risk to here, right? If it does, we don't want to get excited yet. We need to see this price, and I do want to kind of show this for the reporting side. The 1 minute price is looking really good, and it's pushing away from 18,350 and the market open point of interest. So those are two really good signs. And then when you're looking at a swing of a move, you have the low of the day. Right, I'm gonna do it over here though. You have the low of the day to the high of the day. So where do you want to get out of the position? Your buyers are gonna come in. So the 18,300 level would be a really good spot for a day trade, and it's pushing down to that area right now. Really, really nice. Like I said, I just want to break below that daily open. CFD positions, I'm not even. I'm already break even on that. So only thing I can do is win over there. Only thing I can do. We're pushing. Let's get it. So good push. Now remember this. Anytime my stomach, I tell myself this. Anytime my stomach starts to feel a certain way when it's moving fast and I can see something moving, it's time to take action. All right, guys, we're pushing below daily open. London open super fast. We're at $1,200 profit for the day. Right now, we could do two things. Like I said, we could secure this based off the line graph by pulling our price down, or we could go ahead and pull it for the day. Right. I'd love to see the 18,300 tap, and I want to exit that position most likely under that daily open. Right. So inside this inefficiency, I'll probably go ahead and pull the position, see if DL hold for the for the pull. But as of right here, I want to see this push a little bit farther. And I'm going to show you guys the same way you would enter a buy, you're thinking, how would I buy this right now, right? If you were thinking about buying, that's the same way you want to exit. So I want to exit somewhere close to the open of the last down candle in the 15-minute time frame. Okay. And ES is failing that level perfectly. So now, like I said, 5250 could be really detrimental for for people who have other risks in those areas. So this is good management so far. Let's get this area to push for us. 18.3, like I said, we're pushing. And so like I said, you could be with two contracts, you could pull it. With one contract, you could either trail your risk or manage it. So like right now, I'm going to manage into the 78.6 and I'm about to pull it. Okay. It's a really good trade so far today. Let's try our best to get this pull. I'm watching a 1-minute time frame here on my middle screen to just kind of see what kind of price action I want to pull it at. Because if I see any reactions on a 1 minute right about now, I would want to pull it. So 18,270s, we're kind of getting there. We're still pushing down. We're at $1,700 for the day. That's fire. So let's see here. Right around that same level we closed at yesterday. So if we can push just a little bit more, then I would love to do this at this area. Oops. Here we go. 1820s, 1755s. Okay, cool. So we're right at the area. And for me today, family, for into the futures, we're getting closer. 1755. Let's see if we can hit our biggest goal today, which would be 2000. We're pushing 1785, 1820s. All right, now we're getting really good price action down on the other side. We hit 2000 for the day. Now, if we can get this structure break at 18250, I'm out of there, family. All right, 18250, and I'm out of there. A little bit over 2, and I'll be happy with that. So we're getting close. That's good for me today. That's the end of Into the Futures. We closed 1825 for the day. An amazing day again. I appreciate you guys watching the management. Now, I would like to see it go to 18,250. I would like to see that, but any kind of reaction from this last down candle inside the 50% of the 15-minute candle, I'm pretty much good with, pulling. That's an amazing day, especially coming off yesterday. And now I get to sit back and just watch my CFD short work out. So I appreciate you guys watching Into the Futures, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day.